Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Over the years, I've made a lot of videos on living hinges. A living hinge is a bendable piece of wood. It's almost a must to use like 1/8 inch birch plywood or plywood, 1/8 inch plywood, and cut at irregular lengths, and it bends and it doesn't break. Hardwoods, like even a thin 1/8 inch wood, isn't going to be as strong. Plywood is, I don't know if you can see it in that picture, but this has like probably 5 plies of wood. So it makes it really, really strong. And hopefully tomorrow I'm going to make a video on something you could use this hinge on. And once you've made it, you can do a lot with it. So I'm going to make this hinge right here. It's, I've, I've made a lot of videos over the years on this product or idea, but I don't think any of them are as good or as fast as this one. So that's what it looks like. What you want to do first, I'm going to go ahead and move this over so I can work in the center of the page. I'm going to draw a rectangle, and what I'm going to make tomorrow is a plate holder or a frame holder. With my ratio on lock, I'm going to make it 6 inches, because I can change that tomorrow, by 2 inches. Now, I'm going to make my cuts 1/8 inch apart and then cut between there too. So I'm going to draw a line that is 6 inches long. And I'm going to put it, I'm going to hit P, put it in the center, put both of them in the center of the page. And then I'm going to go L for left, and put that one on the edge of the page. I'm going to set my nudge factor on 0.125, which is an 1/8 inch wood. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to hit the plus key, move it over, Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. Now it just happens to work out because we're 2 inches. Now I don't want that line on the outside, so I'm going to get rid of it. And I don't have one on the outside of this one, but I need that rectangle later. So I'm going to just get rid of that first line. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that line and put it back where it was and turn it blue. It's still a hairline, so it'll cut on your laser. And we're going to change the nudge factor. And if you don't know the math, just go divide by 2 and you get 0.063. And I'm going to nudge it over one time. Now, you could change your nudge factor to 0.125 and nudge that over, Control D, or hit the plus key. So it's putting a line between there, and it works out perfectly. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this guy for a minute. I've got another one up here. So depending on which way you want it to bend, we want it to bend this way internally for a long hinge. I'm going to take, so I don't need that first 2-point line or that first blue line. I want one every other line. I'm going to select my blue line. First of all, I'm going to set my nudge factor on 3 inches. And I'm going to grab my blue line. You can see down here, I got the blue line. It is a hairline. I'm going to go to Edit, Find and Replace. I'm going to go to Edit and Find and Replace. And I got the blue line selected, so I'm going to go from Selection, Find All. I'm going to Control G. For some reason, you have to check off of it and then move it over. So now we got our lines, and here's our box. And I've nudged them so they're perpendicular. I'm going to take a rectangle. I'm going to make it actually longer than the 2 inches, but I'm going to make it 0.125. Now this one, we're going to want to cut all the way to the end. So what we're going to do, you can do either one of them first. I'm going to actually do the blue one first. So I'm going to grab that, put it right on top of the blue one. And if you have snap to on, grab that. And because I messed it up, link. Because we have snap to on, it should snap right to it. I'm longer than I need to be, but I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Control D and make a duplicate, and I'm going to put it to the very bottom. Now I want those lines to be shorter than the red lines, so that's why I'm putting it to the very bottom. In just a second, we're going to cut them out. But I think I put, let me see how many I did. So the blue lines, or these lines, and there's only 3 cuts in it, or 3 spaces. So what I want to do, I do want to cut that out, but I'm going to shift select the red box, shift select both of them. I'm going to go to Effects and Blend, and I'm going to blend just 2 times. And then I have that. Okay. Now I could have made these lines shorter, but this is probably the best way to do it. Then make your virtual segment delete key, hold down your Alt key, and your Alt key is going to keep you making a line. So we're cutting away those lines. And if you use Alt key, it'll help you tremendously. Let me zoom in here to the last 2. And I'm going to hold down the Alt key. Living hinges are cool. You can do a lot. I've made hundreds and hundreds of products with them. So you just want to make sure you cut all the lines. So the blue's done. And because this is a blend, if I would have grabbed the center one, it would have all gone. I'm going to go up to Object and break the blend apart. Now this one, I want it to cut all the way. So I got to ungroup it. And I'm going to grab this one. And I'm going to put it on top of it. And you know what, I'm pretty sure this is in the center of the page. So I'm going to Control G to group it. And then I'm going to hit P with this one. And then grab them both and hit T. That'll put it closer to the top. Now, I could move that, or I could change my nudge factor to 0.125, because that's the width of our bot, and just put it up there. Now I'm going to hit the plus key, and I'm just going to put it down here at the bottom. Now, we want 1, 2, 3 blends. So I'm going to shift select that, and I'm going to blend it 3 times. See, that put it every other one. I'm going to go to Object, break the blend apart. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this and this, and I'm going to take my virtual segment delete. Now, you know what? We're not very even. Let's do that again. The middle one is even, pretty good. So what we're going to do, let's back up here before we blended it. And what we can do to figure out how long this line, well, you know what? It doesn't really matter. I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go up to Object. Let's select it all. Go up to Object and break. Let's just ungroup, grab it again. Well, you know, I really need to break the curve apart. So I can just break the curve apart on that one. So that line is 1.791. So I'm going to set my nudge factor on half that distance. 1.797 divided by 2. So there's my new nudge factor. I'm just going to nudge that. You know, that's not, you know what, I need to probably have that on top and then nudge it down. That way it puts it in the middle. So we're going to put this one on top of that lump. Always move it with the 4-sided cross. And you don't have to be perfect, but you might as well. And then nudge that up. Now we can take these two, hold down the shift key, grab both these, and we're going to blend them just one time. That should put it right in the middle of the other ones. Now we're going to take our virtual segment delete key, hold down your Alt key, and cut this line. Go through here and just kind of be careful, take your time. You don't have to go all the way across at one time. Whoop. You can stop in the middle and start over. Like you can hold down the Alt key and go to here, and then go to there, and then go to there. Just make sure you get all the line. Now we're going to delete that. So what we have now, I'm going to set my nudge factor back on 3 inches. And I'm going to nudge that back. And look at that. Now, it doesn't really matter, but my blue lines are going to be the same size as my box. Well, no, you know what? They're not. This worked out perfectly. Because we want to cut the whole thing out. Now, tomorrow, when I make that plate holder, I will have across the top and the bottom, but I won't have these lines because I don't want it to cut out because I want to be a part of the plate holder, but you'll see that tomorrow. So there you see you're cutting all the way to the end so it'll curve, but then this blue line is going to keep it from breaking. And then this is every other line. So it gives it some strength, much like that right there. So you've got these tabs that are holding it together, but it's, it's 1/8 of an inch apart, and then a line down the middle, and it will, if you do one the other direction, you could cover, you just do it opposite. You could actually fold it in half, make it like a bracelet out of it, which I've made rings and bracelets. Anyway, so stay tuned for tomorrow, and we'll make something useful out of this. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.